Okay, so we are going to take a look at a couple of different job sites, places where you can find jobs. Now, some of you are doing this in multiple classes. We are going to focus on, let me go ahead and make the URL visible. We're going to focus on security related jobs for the purposes of this. But this would be the same if you were looking for, help desk jobs, network support jobs. They would all be the same. So first we're going to go to dice.com. Your traditional websites like Monster, those are ones I would suggest you stay away from. I'm going to block. They don't need to know where I'm at. You really want to stick with more specific sites or governmental sites, because governmental sites are good because the government usually has very well-defined job roles. So we'll get lots of skills out of those. Dice.com, it's going to be kind of a crapshoot. Some people have a well-defined job roles, other ones do not. So we're going to go ahead and search for, and the best way to find jobs is look for the certificate. And let's see if we can get anything for Security Plus, and we'll search for Los Angeles. Now, for the purposes of this assignment, don't worry too much about the location. So, if you don't get enough good jobs in Los Angeles, search for New York, search for Washington. That's fine. You don't actually have to apply for these jobs. We're just looking for good examples of the skills that they're looking for. So right here we have Information System Security Officer 2. The fact that that says 2 kind of turns me off. I'm going to probably just skip that. Launch cyber analysis. I'm not familiar with the term launch, so let's take a look at this one. So it's full-time. They mentioned CISSP, which is kind of an advanced degree or advanced certificate. We might not be interested in that. Really what I want to find is how much experience do they expect. They're looking for a bachelor's degree and 9 years experience. That's too much. Let's look for the network specialist. Let's check this one out. Multiple locations. This is Cisco specific, which isn't really what we do. Although many of these things here are things we cover in the program. Do we see qualification? So this actually would probably be a good one if you were doing for the networking class, but I really don't see anything specific to security here. So I'm going to skip that for the purposes of this assignment. You'll see a lot of, Salesforce stuff. You just have to kind of ignore that. SOC analyst, possible. Senior, that's another word we want to avoid. Here we have help desk technician. Let's take a look at that one. Help desk, desktop support. Those are typically entry-level positions. So this says hardware, help desk, PC, security, technician, Windows 7. Looks like a decent pay range. The Robert Half Technology is a... Robert Half Technology is a recruiter's firm, so you would be working through them. That might be a concern of yours, so you might not really want this job in the real world if that's the kind of thing that bothers you, contract work. However, I think, for our purposes, this is fine. Major job responsibility, create user groups, hardware, software troubleshooting, requirements, Active Directory. No, okay. Now, a couple of things. First of all, this doesn't mention, this only mentions security kind of down here. Nonetheless, this is a great entry-level job. I would probably save this one. The other thing I want to point out is it says right down here in education experience, bachelor's degree. And a lot of my students will see that and say, oh, I don't have a bachelor's degree, and then not apply. They'll miss the or certifications and equivalent experience, right? They'll miss the fact that, the reality is these job descriptions, it's a wish list in most cases. Most companies don't have a set of hard, fast rules. So don't let the fact that they ask for a bachelor's degree turn you off. Don't let they ask you for 2 years experience. Your schooling does count as experience. Your schooling is hands-on. So looking at the job responsibilities here, any one of you is qualified for this job. So if you think this is a good job, and I do, what I would ask you to do is select all the text and then open up a Word document, cut and paste all the text into there, and then maybe at the top, kind of, or you could do it at the bottom too. Actually, let me do this. Let me give myself a little space up at the top. Let me paste that down there. Go back up to the top. And I would like you to also record the URL. Don't just put the URL because these jobs go away. But, you know, I do want you to have the URL in there as well. So that's job one. Let's find a second job. Let's go here. Let's leave dice.com. Let's go to usajobs.gov. Again, this is a really good site because it is done by the federal government. The federal government has very good definitions. So let's again look for security plus. Let's see if we can find anything with that. So coordination center officer. Let's check this one out. Now, I could look up pay scale and grade and see if this is entry level. I'm not that. It's not that important to me. You'll serve it performing all for successful coordination officers functions. TSA duties include supporting security from functions, screen passengers. Okay, I don't think. Yeah, this is not what we're looking for. This is more of a general type position. And I think that's what we're getting here. Let's change our search to cybersecurity. So information technology specialist, cybersecurity. That pay looks a little high for an entry level position, but let's take a look at it. You can work in Anchorage, Alaska, or Los Angeles, California. Department of Energy, highly motivated, exciting positions. What are the skills? Evaluate security plans and procedures. Develop plans of actions and milestones. Full life cycle of cybersecurity appraisals. All of this looks really, really good. Requirements. U.S. citizen, yada yada. Appointments, qualifications. Must have IT related experience. Each of the following 4 competencies. Okay. 1 year of specialized experience. So okay. So this is not an entry level position. They expect you to have some experience in the federal government. Education must be. It does not say that they require any particular degree, just that it must be from an accredited institution. This one's kind of weird. But you know what? Based on these skills, I would probably grab this one. I like this one. So I would go ahead and control. Well, actually, let me grab the URL first and let me paste that in there, and then I would grab the contents and then paste that in there, and then go to the next page. Let's see if we can find one more in USA Jobs. And see, this one is GS12, which might be a little bit more up our alley. Let's take a look at this. GS12, duties, responsibilities, follow and implement policies and procedures regarding IT security, monitor the operations. Yeah, I can tell you right now, this is a great job for our assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that URL and grab that. and boom. And at a minimum, you'd be done right now. I would like you to really get 5 to 8 jobs, and that will make the next phase, identifying skills, even easier. But if you stopped right here, you would have a good start. Because we found 3 jobs which have definitive skills listed and which are in the field that we're looking at. So I would say we could stop right here, although it'd be better if you didn't. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully this assignment comes together for you. If you have questions, let me know.